There comes a point in life when a person stops trying to fix what's broken and instead decides to build something entirely separate. That, it seems, is where Prince Harry stands today. The talk of reconciliation has quietly faded, replaced by a new phrase: global royal identity. It sounds ambitious, almost strategic, but if you pause for a moment, you realize, hasn't this been the plan all along? For years now, we've watched him step away from the structure that once defined him, only to recreate fragments of it wherever he goes. Different countries, different stages, but the same attempt to hold on to something that was never meant to exist outside its original home. The idea of building a presence beyond borders is not flawed in itself, but presence requires connection, and connection cannot be forced. When appearances begin to feel staged rather than welcomed, something shifts. Events look organized, controlled, even guarded, yet strangely empty. It raises a quiet question: can influence truly be created, or must it be earned over time? Because the difference is always visible. A crowd that gathers out of curiosity is not the same as one that gathers out of respect, and over time, that distinction becomes impossible to ignore. What makes this journey complicated is not the distance from the royal family, but the inability to let go of its image. There was once a promise of independence, of living as ordinary individuals. Yet, everywhere they go, the echoes of royalty follow, not naturally, but intentionally. Titles may not be officially used, but the aura is carefully maintained. And this creates a contradiction. If the goal was freedom, why recreate the same framework in a different form? It begins to feel less like reinvention, and more like imitation without foundation. While one path seeks global recognition, the other remains rooted in tradition. Prince William's journey appears quieter, more predictable, yet deeply anchored in responsibility. There's a certain strength in continuity, doing what is expected, even when it isn't glamorous. And perhaps that is where the contrast becomes most visible. One is building something new without a clear base, while the other is preserving something old with steady purpose. It's not about who is right or wrong, but about which path stands the test of time. In the end, reinvention is never just about intention, it's about results. Narratives can be reshaped, stories can be retold, but reality has a way of revealing itself slowly, quietly, and without bias. The past few years have not been a beginning, but a continuation of the same effort. And perhaps that is the most telling part, because when something truly works, it doesn't need to be constantly redefined. It simply grows. The world watches, not with judgment, but with observation, waiting to see whether this new identity becomes something real or remains just another idea trying to find its place.